Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
or finding our inner Brock and Michelle,
or Jay-Z and Beyonce, or this one. Nia done sent me this. Y'all remember Farnsworth Bentley, who used to carry that umbrella for Diddy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know him and his woman. I think her name is Fumin.
Oh, Lord.
Faune Chambers.
Oh.
Let's go with the Bentleys.
The Bentleys. The Chamber Bentleys.
The Chamber Bentleys.
Okay.
Well, I'm doing this because I don't know what's been going on lately with Farnsworth, or I don't know what caused Nia to do this deep dive, but Farnsworth and his wife got some very firm views when it comes to black love. And I just wanted to highlight them for a minute because honestly, I was tickled.
Okay.
So it was an article that was done years ago in Rolling Out magazine. And Farnsworth Bentley, he shared his 5 raw truths about love and marriage. So I actually just wanted to go through that, like, because I thought it was hilarious. And I'm like, we need to use them for our check-in. You up for it, Nero?
Yeah, let's go.
The first one, Farnsworth, the Bentley said is 1, your wife is your rib. Your wife is your rib, and your ribs actually cover vital organs. I don't know how exposed I was until I got my rib. As I am covering, as I am her covering, she is also my covering. And so everything is flowing in its perfect way. Now, because I'm this type of an environment that I created, now because I created this type of environment I'm supposed to be in. There's Adam, and then God said he shouldn't be alone. That's why he took Eve and formed out his rib. When we are functioning in the environment, it's like a fish in water versus a fish being on the sand flapping around. We are in our natural habitat, and we're supposed to be. We function in our genius zones. Things are flowing, and I just can't believe it. What you thought about ribs? I didn't used to like when men be like, that's my rib, because I think Kevin Hart used to say it, and I'd be like, well, it bothered me. He would say it. Like, he'll introduce, I forgot, I don't even know that woman's name, who he's married to. He like, this is my rib. I'd be like,
like McRib?
Yeah, I think my Midwest immediately went to 4th of July barbecue. Like, I know what it means symbolically and through the Bible. And what do you think? I think I don't like how it sounds literally. But do I get it figuratively? Yes.
I get it figuratively. I don't like how it sounds. I don't say it. Like, I don't. No, I don't.
No, that'd be weird.
No. Like me introducing you as my rib.
Oh, my goodness. I immediately think about Bush's beans and the dog.
Here's my half a rack right here.
I'm a whole beef rib. The second truth he said is men don't court anymore and women don't demand it. He said, as time has progressed, when my mother had to get a date, the guy had to come over, introduce himself to her father. There was a real courting period. The courting period has been completely selected out of today. And when you look at the trends and the types of love songs, where are the damn love songs? And also, all of that influences you and starts you to get the conquest of the woman is getting more and more away from the goal. On the flip side, there are a lot of men who are ready, but there are a lot of women who don't know how to go through the courting process. And so a woman has to demand the way she is to be treated. You have to demand that respect. You will allow what you allow is ultimately what's going to happen to you. Thoughts, Nero? You think folks ain't courting?
No.
Okay, so you do agree with everything he's saying.
No, I'm just saying. When the last time you see somebody court off of Tinder?
Y'all don't go on dates no more.
When the last time you see somebody court on Tinder?
Well, what is your definition of courting, though?
Well, taking it back old school.
Like, of courting. I can't even get out. Courting.
Picnics. Dating.
Shush,
handholds and movies and shit like that.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
And you think what the kids doing now? They doing Euphoria. They doing that Fenty glitter crying emoji.
No.
You know what
They're
I'm
trying
about?
to see if they can fuck.
Crying. Oh. I think when courting, that was one of the goals too. I think it was just a little bit more subtle, maybe. I don't know. But he has something to say. You also have to demand what you want too. And when you don't get what you want, don't think you have your pussy has the power to shift.
But maybe that's what they want. They just probably want this dick.
That's true too, but that's not courting. That's not dating. That's just fucking. Them two different things. And maybe the thing is we're getting too intertwined. The next one, he says, a woman should love unconditionally and inspire her mate to be a better man. He says, when you meet a guy who's open and nice, but he ain't got no job, all these things. It's like, can you inspire him to be better? I married a gold digger. Let me clarify that. My wife saw the treasure in me that I could be, that I didn't even know I could be. I've known her since we were 16 and 18 and when I had nothing. She saw the potential in who I could be and was confident in saying, I want to inspire him to be that. He may not be he might not be there right now, but I can do the things to inspire and pray for him and hopefully get him to be that. I'm confident and mature enough that even if he hasn't done that, if he's not who, air quote, God told me that I'm supposed to be, I have my cover and I'm okay with that too. I think in my 20s, like he said, when you were 16 and 18,
Yeah.
you can fall in love with potential and ambition. I would say, what age we giving? We saying 35? Is that too old?
What you mean?
I'm gonna say 33 and up. You marry for reality, not potential.
True.
Under 33, we might can play with that. Actually, 35. 35 and older, you marry reality. 35 and under, you can play with potential a little bit, but you got to couple that with he got to get a good credit review. Like he got to get good references. Report. He got to get good references. So I need to know that he's actually done the hustle. I need to actually shown and prove maybe projects he's tried and they ain't worked out. I need him, like, that's the stuff I need to show and prove. I need to see he got multiple jobs. I need to show that he's doing whatever he need to do to take care of what he got to do. That's completely different. I think dreams without ambition and plans and patience, that's when we go all wrong.
Okay. What about when they add kids into the situation? Do that age go down lower?
Hold on, you mean when me as the woman have kids or the other person? Oh yeah, absolutely. When I got kids, game's off. I need to know what's right here and right now. When you got kids, the thing is you can have ambition, you can still have dreams and want to do that stuff, but you just can't focus on that full time. When it's just me and you, we can play a little bit. We can be a little selfish and focus and maybe eat ramen noodles and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but that ain't good for the children.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need you to work whatever it is during the day so the children can have broccoli and a balanced meal. And then if you got to stay up a little later, get up a little early to pursue your other dream, you got to do that. But that's what a parent have to do. A parent can't be like, hey, Dolomite, I got dreams. So I don't know what you gonna eat. Shout out to Dolomite. Y'all see that's coming to Netflix. You see that with Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
I'm excited. The next thing, number 4, he says, love requires maturity. So before you get to the stage of a husband, when two become one in a relationship, you need to approach her as if she could potentially be your wife, or this could potentially be the mother of your children. What kind of history do you want with this particular woman when you're thinking further down the road? This takes some real maturity and not just the outside. It takes real spiritual maturity. Now, I agree with that. So how did that come in conjunction with number 3? So if you want some potential shit, you want some acrimony shit. You know the man who kept talking about this. I'm gonna create lightning.
He did.
I'm gonna create electricity. He did. I know. So how do you balance that? How do you balance maturity with chasing your dreams?
Yeah, because never mind.
Because what?
Some of y'all would have been like, "Boy, if you don't put that shit down and go work."
My thing is, yeah, put that stuff down and go work. But you can work on it at night if you love it that much. You can't work on it in the morning at night. Why not? Anywho,
because they're trying to spend time with you.
Don't do that. Last thing, Farnsworth keys to a successful relationship is men need to embrace their spirituality. He said we really have to get past just being black men and become men of God. With that, we have to take the time to really humble ourselves and spend time to find out exactly who we are, because of this, air quote, body ain't nothing but a suit. We got to get to the point to say, I am a spiritual being first, and how am I feeding my spirit every day? Be very mindful of who you let go through your eye gate and what you let come into your hearing, and who you let come around you, because it will influence you.
Okay.
I do think spirituality and purpose is very important, men or women. You have to be. I was just saying that today in a work meeting, because they were talking about how do we get kind of middle management folks to like executive and C-suite, and what are the things that are missing. And folks were saying very tactical things, but I think it's something to be really grounded in who you are, because it's not, when you get to a certain level in your professional career, especially C-suite. So like I'm talking about executive level, vice president, chief executive, those types of officers. It's not if something hits the fan, it's when it hits the fan. And if you are not emotionally, spiritually, mentally in the right space to be able to separate those types of things, you crumbling. You're going to get in your first deep position and they're going to run you over and they're going to run you out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Because stuff like that is going to happen. So I think everyone needs to be grounded in a greater purpose. I know he said spirituality. For our audience, I like to take it to a broader aspect to say some grounding purpose, knowing that you're here to do more than just your 9 to 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's super important.
Or in my terms, 8 to 6.
Yeah, 8 to 6. What? Oh, don't do that. Why you mad? It's a blessing. Because some don't what?
Because some don't work.
Some don't work. Thank you. Oh, this is the intro. Who is you?
I'm Nero.
And I'm Nyambi.
And this is episode 273, y'all.
Hey, happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. We made it.
Tell me about it. Be sure to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher, and follow us on all forms of social media at Black Love Matters. That's Black with no K. Yeah. Baby girl.
Oh my goodness.
Nyambi, baby.
Oh,
I'm rubbing on your leg. How you doing?
Trying. I'm okay, y'all. I'm staying up late again. My sleep schedule off again, y'all. I think I gotta get back to my melatonin. I literally was up to like 2 something in the morning, and I had a call with somebody on the East Coast at 8 a.m. So I had to be up like at 5:30. Mm-hmm. So I'm really running off fumes, and my schedule is off.
Oh, so you're on fumes and caffeine?
I didn't even have no caffeine.
What?
I don't know what I'm on.
Uh-oh.
I know I'm really tired because I didn't even eat that much food today. I literally ate watermelon and toast.
Oh.
That's not me, y'all.
Oh,
for all of those who know.
That is definitely not Nyambi.
That's not Nyams at all. And I'm just not feeling it. I know I said last episode, but it's still not there, y'all. I went to see my therapist. I almost fell asleep. She was like, "How you doing?" I was like, "Sleepy." And she asked me these questions. She's like, could you find time in your day to relax, take a nap? I was like, "Girl, I can go to sleep right now."
No.
Yes, like literally, you can walk me through some guided meditation and I'll be asleep.
No, you should have just said now.
Because you're gonna get paid one way or another. Right. So it was just, even I felt like my therapy session was not productive because I feel like I was reaching. Have you ever been like that, Nero, in your therapy session? You're like, sis, I feel like I'm making this up. Am I lying? I don't even know. Like, I meant to tell her, like, I'm not even sure if I'm lying right now. Right. Like, am I the only one?
No, I know.
Have you been in that situation? I'm like, yeah, I'm talking, but I don't know if it's the truth.
Yeah, and the thing is,
I honestly don't know. I know that sounds so weird, y'all, but I honestly don't know if I'm speaking the truth.
And then be like that motivational energy. Like, I don't know. That's why I'm here for you. Well, what would it mean? What would it look like, Nero, for you to do X, Y, and Z? I don't know. That's why I'm here. Well, let's take a second and think about it.
I want to go to sleep.
And then you pause, and y'all just looking at each other.
My thing is, I be in the manager mode too much, and I be trying to affirm her. I'm like, yeah, that's very true. You're very right. You're correct. It's just because I don't have nothing else to say. And I was like, damn, that's what I be doing to my direct reports. Mm-hmm. Yes, I see what you're saying, or I repeat what she said to buy me some time. I see what you're saying, where I need to, if I'm, when I'm feeling, because she was talking about me and guilt, when she was like, when I feel guilty about things, it's not about the other person, is it about me feeling guilt for something that I haven't had within myself, and have I not fully processed that? I didn't even process what she said, I just repeated it back.
So yeah, about that guilt.
But now that I said it out loud, I guess it do mean a little bit of something, because I was even talking about the guilt I have with Mabel, y'all, because Mabel lose her mind when I be leaving, and she like, maybe you should take that away from Mabel. Is this something you feeling like unfulfilled about, or is it triggering something else for you? Mm-hmm. I just could not receive it. Maybe today should have been a day I just not went. But I feel like the days you're not supposed to go.
That's the days you need to go.
I do not feel like this was productive. How do you handle your unproductive? Or maybe, therapy is a journey. Maybe it was productive and I ain't going to figure it out till 2 weeks.
Yeah. That's the thing. The thing is like, look, y'all going to get paid, so you might as well work on healing me or not healing me. But whatever, we here for an hour.
Like, my therapist is really huge about me, like, creating events to look forward to and, like, visibly doing it. What she keeps getting on me about is, one, changing my narrative and how I talk about myself. She says that I can be very, negative's not the word, but that's what she means. Maybe that's what she's talking about. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, yeah, you're right. I should have did. I was like, yeah, in that situation, I was wrong. I should have. That's why I did. She was like, ain't no shoulds. Like, this is just what it was. So she wanted me to get through that. Mm-hmm. But she also wants me, and she was saying it's a Black woman thing, to really see if I'm in touch with my body. Because I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm really tired. Like, I'm hitting the wall. I'm just barely holding on. And she was like, could it be that you just have to get to this extreme level to be in touch with your body, but you've been burned out for like the last 3 weeks and you just don't know the difference? Bitch, I don't know. What day is it? What? So that's what she's been pushing me. What would you say about that, Nirma? If you knowing me?
No, I think she has some valid points there, which is quite interesting. That it's still a spot on, even though you can't receive it right now.
Oh, what do you mean I can't receive it?
You're just not receiving it.
What?
You're not receiving it, and that proves her point.
I'm like, bitch, I'm tired.
That proves your point. She's like, you burned out 3 weeks ago. And you like, I don't even know what day it is. It's like, proves the point that you burnt out, nigga.
Yeah. But the positive note, y'all, I'm taking some time off work. And this is the first time I'm like taking time off work, not to like visit family, no shade, or to do something or to go to a funeral. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's always something to do or like a quick turnaround. And I am like counting down the days. Have I took off? Like I've taken days off. I don't want y'all to think I just been working for 2 years. But I haven't took time off and not had an end purpose in a very long time.
Yeah, you ain't never like
in a very
we don't
long
have
time.
No purpose but
to be.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about that. I also was telling her about as I go through, like in my time in higher ed, I appreciated it because it was built in hiatuses and sabbaticals. Mm-hmm. So for summer, even if you're working, the pace slows down, everybody not around, you're not having as many meetings. Like it's an automatic reset that naturally happens. Mm-hmm. And being out here, there is no slowdown.
You ain't got no snow days, no nothing.
And I don't got a snow day. I don't got a midwinter break. I don't got a spring break.
No.
I don't got a summer off.
No.
I said, what? That's what I said. What day is it? Is it? You can tell me right now it's October. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Hell, even like I said, 9 to 5. Shit, mine is 8 to 6.
You know, ain't nobody feel sorry for you.
I do.
Why?
Because where those hours go? That's 2 damn extra hours.
What?
That's an hour.
You work at a startup. That's not a lot.
That's an hour on the. That's an hour on the 9 to 5 on the 9 side and an hour on the 5 side. Damn.
Nero always make it about him. Anyway, stay prayed up. My other thing that gave me a little bit of joy. You see what Jay-Z gonna slither on in here and do?
No, what he doing?
Jay-Z is saying yes to the Super Bowl and new deal with the motherfucking NFL.
Oh, I wonder what he got going on.
The NFL is hiring Jay-Z and Roc Nation to co-produce the Super Bowl halftime show and spearhead social justice initiatives. Jay-Z and NFL had decided to join forces, announcing a wide-ranging deal on Tuesday. Like I said, he's doing a halftime show in something else called Inspire Change, a foundation the NFL created in response to the massive outrage over the handling of Colin Kilpatrick's protests. Roc Nation now will manage the entertainment attached to the games and produce exclusive music for the NFL. They plan to help coordinate concerts and do some promotion for the league as well. Jay-Z will also work with Inspire Change on criminal justice reform, education, police community relations, economic advancement. In an interview with the New York Times, Wall Street Post, and Wall Street Journal, both Jay-Z and the NFL commissioner Roger Goodell said the relationship went far deeper than just having a rapper perform at games.
Okay, Jay.
He's making shmoney moves. I'm still not looking at football, but that's good.
Yeah, football is dead.
Yeah, I'm still not interested, Jay. But I am interested in this reform that he's doing and the change. Like, I think that's going to be hot.
I think so, too.
And maybe the halftime show. You think he's going to do the halftime show this year? Yeah. That had to be in the contract.
Absolutely.
That had to be in the contract.
I want to see
that's almost on some principle shit, ain't it? Like,
and it's going to be the blackest shit ever.
I know. For Jay-Z to agree to this, who knows? I don't even know what it's going to mean.
Is Beyonce going to perform?
She's already done it. Again?
Yes.
She's booked. Jesus, how much shit do Beyonce got to do? Jay-Z gonna have to stand in the middle of the stage and hold his fucking own.
Well, I guess so.
You sure?
Yeah.
Child, we'll see.
Well, the thing about Jay-Z, even though he just standing on stage and he got his rapper hand.
Yeah.
Maybe
he can bring guests though. So I'm sure a Meek Mill's gonna be up there. I'm sure Colin Kilpatrick. Oh, what did I say, Kilpatrick?
Yes.
Oh my honey. I'm hoping that his deal is somehow getting Colin back involved in something. Mm-hmm. Undercover.
Well, shit, didn't he get an undisclosed settlement from the NFL?
Oh, you know what he did. Colin, you're on set.
That nigga ain't trying to do shit else.
You're all set. No, he's still got a lot of foundation. He's still making shmoney moves. I'm going back and forth. But I just seen that, and I was like, that's how you do it, though. Like, if you're going to do it, that's how you do it. Mm. Shout out to Jay-Z.
That's what's up.
The prototype.
That is what's up.
What's going on with you, Nerums?
Working these 8 to 6s. No,
don't tell Miriam nobody feels sorry for him.
I know don't nobody feel sorry for me, but the thing is just really just trying to adjust. So, and I think that's the new word for this month and this week for me is that adjustment, right? And the fact that I've been working at a pace that I've been used to for so long that now there's a new pace, it's a faster pace, and I got to keep up. Yeah. And the thing is with conditioning, just like I'm gonna use a running analogy.
Oh, Jesus.
With conditioning, you got to get conditioned for it. Like you just can't go out there and run a marathon, or go out there and sprint. But I didn't get into this, and I'm out there sprinting, so I'm trying to accommodate and adjust to it as well. So there's going to take some, it's going to take a few weeks for me to get conditioned to it. But I think once I get there, I'll be a lot more efficient. And I think that's more or less like what's going on with me. So, and this thing, right, I'm very excited about the job. I love the mentorship that I'm getting. Like I can definitely foresee some things, right? But it's startup life, it's startup culture, and I think those are some of the things that I'm still getting used to. It has its pluses and minuses, right? To be in a room, with no more than 30 people and like the CEO there, right? Ain't nobody got an office. And so, you have that access to the CEO right there. Like sometimes you can just yell over everybody. We even got partitions. Like just yell over.
Just out there naked.
Yeah, just yell over the 3 desks that's in front of me and say, "Hey, you free? Can you look at this real quick?"
And the thing is, why would no one be free?
Right.
Who's not free? There's only 20 of us or 10 of us. How many people work?
No more than 30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is real tight. That's real lean.
It's very lean for them to, bring in that much money. So, and just working on all that and just the opportunity, like shit. Yeah, I think one of the things is like working at a startup, everybody's banking or hoping that eventually one day it goes public or get bought out. So, the little change you got invested in there can make you a hot millionaire real quick. But I'm for real.
Child.
That's what everybody be banking on.
That's what I don't know if that's real. It's like getting to the NFL though, right?
Yeah, it is. But you just don't know. Especially out here in Silicon Valley. Like if you got an interesting enough product, like it's nothing for it can be bought out. Like real quick.
Yeah.
Like, I just think about companies like, oh, they causing us a problem. Well, how much would it be for them to how much would it be for us to buy it?
Yeah.
Like,
would it be more? Yeah, just cost effective.
Right. So, I think that's what more or less people at startups are like banking on. You gotta love it. You really gotta love the work, and I'm pretty sure that that's one of the things we're gonna talk about today. Like, you gotta really love it because you there all the time and they're expecting you to be there. But also, like everybody's banking on, this extreme growth, so it can either go public or be bought out.
That's true. Other than that, what are some other things you notice is a difference between working for like at the startup that surprised you?
I think one of the things that I mentioned again is just the access to the CEO, right? Like I have like my direct reporting stance is me, and then there's a line straight to the CEO. So I think that's one of the things that's interesting. I think another thing is that how lax the culture is, right? So it's normal for like somebody to be like fuck or like drop F-bombs or just curse or things of that sort.
I love a job I can cuss at.
And like nobody turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool as well. Or just interesting. Food, we ain't getting like all the perks that other companies are getting, but like the food is decent. We ain't got kegs in there, but we got a couple beers in the fridge that people use to celebrate, which I think is interesting. But I also just think that how tight knit the group is and how everybody works together, right? Versus in like a regular corporate standing, like everybody's trying to position themselves to get more power. Versus in the startup thing,
everybody own over their own department.
Yeah.
What do you mean power?
But
it's only 2 people in the department.
Yeah, but they whole department. But I just feel like there's always people jockeying for something when it's a corporate thing, right?
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
it don't seem like enough people even do that for. But
where
okay.
there's no jockeying for nothing, right? Because it's like, who you going after? The CEO?
Yeah.
So I think that's a very interesting, weird thing as well, right?
Hold on, you saying they are or they're not?
They're not.
Okay, I mean, because that's true. Because there's no one there. Like you are, all of y'all. If your company go the distance, are all the VPs and senior VPs of the company. To be, I would hope that'd be dirty if you get you niggas out of there. But that's what I would assume the position y'all would be hold are pretty darn close to it.
So I think that's cool, and I also I think was also very interesting is the amount of hats this person is, the CEO is wearing.
Gotta wear multiple
versus like corporate, right? Especially out here in Silicon Valley, where you're the marketing guy who does Facebook ads, right? You are the marketing guy or the marketing VP who manage everybody who does Google ads.
Yeah.
And y'all don't know about each other, or not know about each other, but y'all don't know what the other one's doing, right? Whereas her, she's like, I'm doing Facebook ads, I'm doing Google ads, I'm looking at designs, I'm looking at
all of
code and all the things in the mix, and being able to have 80s concise conversations about it, but also like these very knowledgeable questions, right? And like what the implications of that is, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
No, thanks for the insight, Nirams.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So you want to get into some pillow talk?
Yes. Well, speaking of working, and what you say you work from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
10 to 10 like Big Sean.
Oh, that's what you work. I seen an article. I think it was the Atlantic maybe, and they were talking about workism. Did you see that article too, Nirams?
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
Where the overall gist of the article was that how people think about like their job and their career path. So they said we have made an evolution as people, especially in Western cultures, from first you just want to get a job just to make ends meet to live, but as technology, the industrial revolution, you go from working up from jobs to career. But now what folks have transitioned into, and this is something I think I've even guilty of saying, is that your job has to be tied. It's more of a purpose for you. And if we're thinking about a purpose, that's almost tied into religion. So we're on this fine line where work is becoming a religion. So same thing that goes with the religion. You worship the religion. You put all your energy towards it. The religion or your job dictates how you live, when you live, interactions with your family,
right,
how you show up in different places, where you put your money, what you value, what you don't value, what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate. And if we're looking at the majority of the companies, I don't think they're preaching a good gospel. So not many companies are those of inclusion and everybody can eat. So like, it's not that.
No.
So I just wanted to talk about this idea of workism or worshiping work. And like, what does it mean? And what does it mean to you or the listeners too?
Yeah. Well, I think that's very interesting, right? Especially with this whole startup culture and just learn about that. I do see how work lends into purpose, which also lends into like this whole form of religion, right?
Of worship.
Yeah, worship. Because I think even like how I'm complaining about this whole 8 to 6, right? And like how like that's like one of the rules of like church or anything like that. Church starts at this time or this time, right? I don't know about the rest of y'all churches, but our church here at 7th Street Baptist, we start at this time, we get out at this time. I don't know about y'all internet churches, y'all popcorn churches, but this is how it is. So, right. So even that, right? Or also just looking towards the CEO for
like guidance. Right? Like as the pastor, like bringing the sheep. Oh my goodness, that it is very metaphorical. Yeah, and how some of the best CEOs are very charismatic, and that's scary though. Yeah,
and like how, and even that, like even the influence, right? To say, I'm pretty sure if that CEO says like jump, everybody being there like how high, but also how they always have different information to provide to you, almost like a pastor, right? Like, open book John and read X, Y, and Z. Whereas here, when it comes to startup, like read a book by Pat Flynn, and we're going to talk about this in our new founded book club.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true, this worship of it. And when do you... I think of the conversations I have with the folks who report to me, especially as we get to review time again. Can y'all believe it's almost time for reviews
already?
Lord, y'all gonna hear me having a mouthful about it. But especially these young professionals, have their identity so intertwined into their performance at work that is scary, that they don't know who they are outside of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the thing is,
work is gladly filling that bubble. If you don't know if you don't know who you are, your job will let you know who you are.
And I'm noticing that at their startup, right? Mm-hmm. Or just startups in general, is that a lot of people will leave work and get right back on mm-hmm. Slack or any the other instant messengers and be right back at it at work. And I'll be thinking to myself, like, damn, y'all niggas ain't got no other thing to do?
Yeah. No.
I'm like, I got Mabel and I got Niams.
Did you say you got Mabel?
Yeah, I got Mabel and Niams. Get her on out of here. I got to get her on out, make sure she used the bathroom.
Yeah.
But it's like, y'all really just, you get on Slack and answer emails and do work before you get to work. Then you travel to work. And then you work and you go all the way work there. And then when you leave, you continue to do more work and then sleep. And then do it all over again. And some of these people got like husband and wives and shit. Allegedly. And I'm like, allegedly, right? Husband, wives, and kids. And I'm like, how are you doing all this shit and playing with your kids?
What are we cultivating?
Yeah.
So what is the next generation we're cultivating? Probably the opposite, to be like, forget work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just something I'm thinking about. Y'all let us know how you navigate through that space too. And mm-hmm. how do you break up? Like, how do you break it up when everything in the culture is saying do one thing, you have to do the opposite?
Right. And I think the other thing about Silicon Valley is that everybody's like, oh, we got all this flexibility and, you know,
work.
No, we don't have no vacation days, just take them when you need them and taking any type of sick time you need them. But the research says that when they do that, people
take less.
Yeah, people take less. And how that was, it's some reverse psychology. Meanwhile, the fucking CEOs is like, I need a break from y'all niggas.
I'll be gone for 4 months.
And taking vacation every 6 weeks and shit.
True. I was working with some VPs at my company, and it was like, yeah, people just don't take enough breaks. Like, when you take breaks, you have to take at least 4 weeks off. Sir, that is not the norm. You're so disconnected. You're so disconnected. Right. People just don't have the privilege to just take 4 weeks off at once. Right? Come on. Some companies don't even get 4 weeks of vacation.
Exactly.
So, like, it's a disconnect happening there. Mm-hmm. And when I seen it, I was like, it is to a place of worship. And it is a place where we're fine. And what happens, not if, but when that next recession hit. Mm-hmm. And folks gonna lose, and then we're gonna be in the same cycle again. I don't know if the next recession gonna hit Silicon Valley as hard, but the one after that is. Yeah. Like, I don't know how long this gonna roll, right? Y'all know a recession come every 10 to 15 to 20 years. So I don't know this one on the horizon gonna hit tech, but it's gonna come. It got its eye out, honey, just like it did for what the auto company. It circled a recession circled around them until it landed. So I don't know. That's just something I just wanted to bring up to you because it's something that I'm thinking about and processing through. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Nerims. Yeah. On a lighter note, did y'all see, y'all know I be watching Food Network. That's a big shift, ain't it?
Yeah.
Balance. On Food Network, they got a new black lady.
Oh, yeah. You showed me about that.
Her name, Miss Brown. What's it called?
Delicious Miss Brown?
It's called Delicious Miss Brown. And, Nerium, you want to say, what is she? Give us a summary about who she is.
Oh, my God. All right. Delicious Miss Brown.
What's her first name?
Cardia Brown.
Cardia.
Cardia. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is a contemporary Southern cook born in Charleston, South Carolina. She is of Gullah Geechee descent, a term used to describe a distinct group of African Americans living in the coastal areas of South Carolina and Georgia, who have managed to preserve much of what their West African language, culture, and cuisine.
It was amazing. And the thing was, they was using code words on Food Network. So they say Gullah Geechee in her little intro.
Yeah.
And Nerium said, but she kept saying
Low South or something.
Low Tide, Low Swamp. I was like, what the fuck is a low swamp? Because she's like, I live off the islands in the low swamps. I was like,
I thought she said like Low South or something.
It was like low something. Yeah. And I was like, sis, you talking about the Gullah Geechee? What is y'all talking about? And so her show was decent. Her first one, it took me a minute because she was just frying chicken and po' boys. Where I was just like, Sister, we had to come out the gate frying chicken. But she added something special to the recipe.
What was it?
She added confectionery sugar to the batter. She might as well add cocaine then. So y'all know I almost said the powder. The batter you put for your fried chicken, she put like a half a tablespoon, full tablespoon of confectionery powder, sugar. And she's like, oh, that's what give it that little sweet kick.
Low country.
Low country. That's what she kept saying, low country. But her other stuff was good. She had some recipes I'm going to take note on. But you know what I couldn't get with? She put way too many herbs in her macaroni and cheese. She had a lot of, other than like a little parsley for a little greenish on top. I really am about a basic macaroni and cheese. That's just like meat. And I'm sorry, that's just cheese, butter, cream, like just very simple. I'm not interested in ground mustard. I'm not interested in seafood. I'm not interested in any of those other things. I just need a creamy, buttery, salty mac and cheese. That's what I need. But it was good seeing her. She's a young black woman. It's gonna be old school because it's Miss Brown, MISS. Who even refers to themselves as Miss anymore?
She does.
It's MRS, isn't it?
Yeah.
We don't have to be Mrs. So I was like, oh, it's already gonna be something. But I'm excited for her. That was a win for Food Network because Food Network was slacking.
Yeah.
Since the Neelys broke up, they ain't been the same. Since the Neelys broke up and Paula got to calling us niggas, It ain't been right.
Sure haven't.
Because I used to love watching Food Network.
I don't know what happened to G. Garvin. I don't know what happened to Big Daddy's house.
They said no thank you. Because I love Big Daddy, his pork shoulder.
Yeah, his pork shoulder was
his pork
good.
shoulder bomb.
Sonny was on there, but her ass is on the eat.
She on the kitchen. They just be pooching around making casseroles and margaritas. So I thought it was a win, y'all. Do y'all be watching the Food Network?
If not, definitely check out Delicious Miss Brown.
Yes. Other fun. Look, we doing just fast facts now. Y'all see this drama that's going on with Nicki Minaj and everybody else?
Oh my God! Did you hear the Queen Radio when Nicki Minaj and Joe Budden was going at it?
Well, you tell me, y'all. The thing is, Nicki be so loud with it that sometimes I'm like, sis, if you just bring it down like 2 notches, like you have valid points. Because when she call it the hater train,
yeah.
I do think it's a hater train. Like, do I think people are, I think it was the Breakfast Club who said, do I think people are up, like, how we gonna tear down Nicki? I don't think it's like that, but I do think there is a system in place for black women to stay in a certain area, and if you do not stay in a certain box, people will even subconsciously, like, discount you. I do believe she got something there. But, Nicki was on Nicki shit.
It was crazy.
What's your thoughts on it, Nero? I know you more deeper into. I'm sure we're gonna talk about this again on Friday because isn't she on the Joe Budden podcast too? Because she invited. First of all, where you listen to Queen Radio at? And why has no one told me about
Apple
this?
Podcast?
Oh, that's why I haven't. Oh, I
not
got
Apple Podcast. On Apple Music.
Oh, maybe I need to listen to it because I think I'm thoroughly entertained. Because I know Nicki Minaj was on there cutting up,
telling
niggas to shut up and calling them bitches and everything else.
I listened to it. It was very interesting. She did have some valid points, and she was getting that nigga ass. But I think the other thing is that it was just a lot of yelling, right?
Yeah.
And
I'm too old. Once you check a certain box, you be like, all that yelling. I think then even Joe Budden was like, okay.
Yeah, like this is starting to look a certain way. Like, so I think about that, but I also understand like these niggas are from New York, and New York niggas are very crass. And they'll yell and cuss and things of that sort.
That's true.
And like even like her afterwards, like, well, I was just expecting for him to be like, yeah, I was wrong, and then like we can have a good laugh after this, right? So I think it's a mixture of like both of them. Whereas Joe Budden can't, mention that he's wrong or like said that he's wrong.
I've never heard him say he's wrong, and he's had numerous. Never mind.
Yeah, and then like
Nicki
Minaj doing all that fucking yelling and screaming and shit.
And then I just get distracted, y'all. Like, I don't even know if this makes sense what we're talking about. Then she talking about she got a marriage certificate. Then she got 80 days. I'm like, Nicki, what are we talking about, Nicki?
Oh, yeah. And she got a marriage certificate.
Like, I'm like, what are we... Like, it's like, you talk to that one cousin who you be like, sis, you got to go to therapy.
And so within 80 days, we're going to be married, but I'm not going to have a wedding until my album come out.
And it's like, you're Nicki Minaj. And that's one thing I do agree. I think it's Breakfast Club. It's like, you're Nicki Minaj. You are the leader of the new school, sis. All these girls who came after you, they are your sons. They have been inspired by you. Nicki, who has said the opposite?
Right.
That's what I'm curious about. Who has said that these girls aren't riding your coattails? Now, have you been hitting the hits lately? No.
Not really.
But you got so many that you get grace.
But Hot Girl Summer is a dope song.
I haven't listened to it. Is it a good song?
It's a good song.
I can already imagine what it sounds like.
Oh.
Never mind. I was gonna say, is it like the Hot Boys, Hot Girls? I Need a Hot Girl.
No,
it's not that one.
No, you got damn, what is that guy's name? Ty Dolla Sign on the hook.
I don't know the difference between him and is he the one who's with the Kardashian girl?
No,
I don't know the difference.
No,
I don't know. I get that whole crew, Ty Dolla Sign, Tyga. I get that whole crew jumbled, like that whole crew with like longer hair, dreadlocks, or like straightened hair and tattoos, and like bigger teeth, and it's just like it runs together.
Gotcha.
Did ASAP Rocky get out of jail?
Yes, he got out of jail.
Is he good now?
I think he had.
No one emailed
first
me.
Performance.
So I figured that we're all set. Did he make it?
Yeah, he made it out.
What was that white boy who was like, FYI, I also went to Switzerland and cut a fool, but I went on the Nets Delta One jet home. Racism. Who said that? What white boy was that? Was that G-Eazy?
Mm-hmm.
Look, last thing. Y'all know we just sparring off stuff. Did you see Love and Hip Hop Hollywood? I thought I was done with it because I gave up on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I thought I was honestly done with all the Love and Hip Hops. Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, what'd it do?
My God, so much drama already. The first episode.
What is happening with Little Fizz and that girl? April, who's Omarion's girl.
Baby mama.
That's messy. How are they in their clean 30s and pretending they're friends, just like Fuqua and Nicole? You niggas gonna stop lying. When do you get too old to lie?
I don't know, and that's why everybody mad.
Like, you're too old to be lying like this. Stand in your shit. Yeah, it's dirty. That show, I don't know if they friends or not, but y'all made a lot of money together. So I feel like it should be just some respect off the money you made together. Even if you're not friends. Black people, friend. But we made money.
Right. Out of respect.
Out of respect for the money we've made together.
Hey, dog, we Eskimo brothers.
What? What the hell is that, Nero? Do you need to edit that out? What is an Eskimo brother?
I'm going to let you think about it.
I don't like it, Nero.
Oh, okay.
Nyambi doesn't co-sign that. So I think that's really strange. I'm becoming more and more of a fan of Moniece because she's just erratic. And I'm here for it. I am here for erratic black woman. That's why I'm a little standing for Nicki Minaj. I love the bounciness. I love the changing of voices. I love when Joe Budden asks, does she pop pills? And she like, what the fuck are you talking about? I love how she like not answering. I love all that. So I'm looking for Moniece. Who else is on there? You know who I'm all set for?
Who?
What's the
You talking about A1?
I was gonna say the handsome man, not the handsome, the beautiful man. What's the word do I use? Pretty man. Is it pretty?
Yeah.
With the pearls. And there ain't nothing wrong with the pearls. It's just how he shows up for me. What the fuck are they talking about? When him and Ray J was at that park, ain't that baby too young to be outside? A1 baby gotta be 4 days old.
Why Naomi? Why is that baby outside? What is
with
up with
no
you?
Hat, no gloves. His eyes look like they ain't been clean. It look like he still got the fur on him. You know the baby's born with the fur. He still got his baby fur on him.
What is up with you?
And he at the Coca-Cola Museum.
Babies can't be out the house for at least 6 weeks.
That's too early. I'm thinking about 10, 12. Baby outside, cold, wind blowing. Meanwhile, Ray J and Princess got that cute ass baby. First of all, she thicker than a Snicker. And she buckled up. I mean, I say she's fine. She don't need nothing else. But one of them kid out there with no hat on, shivering.
Well, shit.
I thought he was gonna put him on the ground.
It's L.A.
I don't care. It's a baby. He can't. It's like Mabel. Baby can't regulate their body. And the way he holding them, choking them by the throat. In the way they holding that baby and cussing each other out. I bet that baby don't know what that baby's first word gonna be a swear word. But what is wrong with A1 and his wife? They maybe should have sat this season. I hope it's for pretend. I hope they pull in a Kirk and Rashida. I hope it's for pretend. Because if it's not pretend, they playing. They playing with their fucking livelihood here.
It surely is.
The way they talking and going with people. And why he always getting with strange women? Snow Bunny. So, sir, you didn't think you niggas cheat on FaceTime? It's just stupid to me. It has to be for pretend. Then who on there? Jason Lee. He has very thick hair. What's that hair? What hair oil is he using?
I don't know.
I don't know why they surprised when he come tell the tea. I said this is literally his job.
Right.
That ain't your friend.
That nigga said, what he do? Hollywood Unlocked or something like that?
That is not your friend. Get over it. You know what? I don't want to body shame, but shout out to Ray J dad body. Did y'all see what they put up with the dominatrix thing?
Oh my God.
And Princess, I love his dad bod. Ain't nothing wrong with that dad bod, but them shorts was a little tight. What was going on, Ray J? What was happening? It was something that was happening that wasn't connected.
No.
Like he was rolling. What was that?
I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was.
What was that? It like the shorts was cutting off his circulation, didn't it?
Yes.
It was making me uncomfortable.
It looked like his ass was wearing bikini drawers.
And they was boxers. But it's like his booty meat ate it. Like
Shit done rolled up.
His fupa ate it. Nobody shaving, no shade. But it was like, Ray J, you got Raycon and you got all these resources, sir. We didn't need you to do this. Anybody else on there? I'm a little fascinated and I'm a little bought in. I have to say that.
Yeah, I look forward to watching more of it.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for hanging in there with us. Happy Wednesday. Tomorrow, well, the next time we come back is Shout Out Friday. I know it's near on favorite. So we're going to go through all our emails, all our voicemails, catch you up. I got to update y'all on my personal training. And it's also the Friday before I go on a week-long vacation. So it's going to be, y'all already know the episode's going to be on and popping next week because I ain't going to have nothing but time, space, and energy. So you get ready for a good, long, juicy episodes next week.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, I was planning on taking it all. Anyways,
to submit your Black Love Y'all see who did it? It ain't me.
To submit your Black Love story, go to blacklovematters.com. To submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. To leave a comment about anything we talked about, head on over to that website or that voicemail, and that's at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. Remember,
love is ever evolving. Peace.